Welcome to all the participants in the third day of this session. Today's session is going to be presented by Mr. Shailendra Kumar Tiwari, and the topic is teaching strategies in social sciences. We are arranging this in-house training classes from 23rd of this month, and the participant schools are Ramakrishna Vidya Mandir Ranuchak, which is the host of this meeting, JNV Nagarpara, Guru Kripa Academy Kalgaon, New Era Public School Munger, New Horizon School Bhagalpur, SBM Jamalpur, SBM Munger, Columbus English Academy Shahpur, and Himalayan Academy Kalgaon. I, the excellency of the Bhagalpur Sarodya, Prashant Kumar, now calling to Mr. Shailendra Kumar Tiwari to come onto the podium and start the first class, that is teaching strategies in social science. So over to Mr. Shailendra Kumar. Please come onto the podium. Now, Mr. Shailendra Kumar, please come. Be seated. और सभी लोग अपनी जगह पर बैठ जाएं. Please take your seat at the proper place. Shailendra sir, come here. Please come here. Come. Good morning, everybody. Let us start the morning session with all pleasure and great energy. So far today's topic is concerned, please, it is my humble appeal to occupy your own seat, respected sir. So today's topic is quite relevant because we know that every one of us enjoys social life. None of us belong to the another world. And because social science deals with the human character and behavior, that's why we feel ourselves quite acquainted with the ongoing topic. Very good morning, sir. We all belong to the
a certain community, the community which is supposed to be quite awakened. That is why we claim to be a social creature. So the background of the topic just comprises the same thing. First of all, before delivering everything related to social science in the class, we obviously consider ourselves a good ideal social creature. That is why we feel ourselves quite at ease in delivering the things. क्योंकि हम में से सब लोग सोशल सामाजिक प्राणी हैं और विषय समाज विज्ञान से संबंधित है, तो जो बातें सामने आने वाली हैं, चाहे वो क्लास में हो या रैशनल गैदरिंग में हो, कम्युनिटी वाइज हो, हम वहां पर अपने आप को क्वाइट फैमिलियर फील करते हैं। और इसीलिए सोशल साइंस में कुछ भी डिलीवर करना, whatever we have just ascertained, we have become determined to deliver in the class. One thing lies in our memory and brain, that these words, these students who are the part and parcel of our lecture, they are also the social creature along with myself. जो लोग हमारे सामने हैं, चाहे वो स्टूडेंट हो या हमारे टीचर कम्युनिटी के लोग हैं, जैसे अभी हर जगह है जो बातें होनी जा रही है वो सराउंडिंग की बातें होने जा रही है. Nothing stands unspectacular and amazing in it. Dear sir, myself, Sailendra Tiwari, is bound to deliver something related to the strategies, the methodology, the resources which we will collect, we must collect at the time of the delivering something in the class. So first of all, we come onto the teaching strategies. What sort of strategy, planning we should adopt while we are entering into the classroom to deliver something related to social science. Now it is well known that every social science teacher is supposed to be well known about history, about civics, about economics, about geography. Many of us are specialized in a specific subject, but so what? As we talked earlier, social science means sociology that comprises the happenings of every aspect of human life. A society needs history because history teaches us to know about the drawbacks done into the past. इतिहास हमें पिछली गलतियों के प्रति सजग करता है. क्या ऐसा नहीं करें जिससे कम्युनिटी या कंट्री या रीजन फिर से डिजास्टर को फेस करने वाला हो जाए. Likewise, geography makes us known about the surrounding, about the climatic condition, about the ecology and all. Likewise, civics makes us known about the social behavior, the behavior, the conduct, which should be ideal. Economics tells us about how to live life pleasurefully, how we can make our daily living easier than before. So nothing stands spectacular. I am talking these all because these strategies is equally applicable with each and every stream. The first thing is that be clear about what you want your students to learn. First of all, we should be clear about the content. सबसे पहले विषयवार विषय के हिसाब से हमें नॉलेजेबल होना पड़ेगा। हमें उन चीजों को उसी शुद्धता के साथ एडॉप्ट करना होगा जिस रूप में हम अपने बच्चों को देना चाहते हैं। So first of all, we should be clear about the content. It is possible only if we have just gone through very well. जब हमने उसको पहले देखा है, बार बार देखा है, तभी हम उसको अच्छे तरीके से डिलीवर कर पाएंगे। इसलिए because I am one of the particle of your community, मैं भी क्लास में आप ही की तरह होता हूं। अगर क्लास में हमें कुछ एक्सपीरियंसेस होते हैं तो वो आपके भी एक्सपीरियंसेस होते होंगे, because you all are the senior colleagues. I am only the medium of telling something which has been prepared by me for the convenience of myself and yourself. मैं जो बातें अभी कहने जा रहा हूं आपको पढ़ाने नहीं, आपके कन्वेनियंस के लिए। We are enjoying the bunch of experiences of years. बहुत सालों से हमें एक्सपीरियंस भी है, आपको भी होगा। बस उसी को क्या करना है, क्रियान्वित करना है। और रोज रोज every day we are bound to learn something. It will just decorate our delivery, nothing else. Clearance regarding the content. Tell your students what they need to know and show them what they need to be able to do. बच्चों को यह बताना कि क्या इन बातों में से किन बातों को उन्हें स्पेसिफाइड वे में जानना है और they need to be able to do. वो कैसे इस चीज को सीखेंगे। अगर हम if we are just detailing the battle of Palasi there in the class, at the same time, not only the year of occurrence, we are supposed to deliver about the individualities of Sirajuddaulah, Robert Clive and all. थोड़ी सी उसकी इंडिविजुअलिटी बताना, उनके साथ एक रूप हो करके, एक तार हो करके, एक मत हो करके, we can just make our learning enjoyable in the class on this very specific period. Use questions to check your students understand things. In between the delivery, we can raise the doubts. We are bound to listen to the doubts of the students, and to what extent we will be able to know their doubts only if we just raise questions. Questions of objective pattern, question of one line, so that no maximum consumption of time may take place. अगर हम एक कंटेंट को पढ़ा रहे हैं और बीच बीच से अगर कोई ऑब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चन, कोई वस्तुनिष्ठ प्रश्न, कोई अति लघुत्तरीय प्रश्न करते हैं, तो इससे बिना एक्स्ट्रा कंजम्पशन के हम अपने टाइम को भी सेव कर सकते और बच्चों के डाउट्स को भी हम दूर कर सकते हैं। और इससे क्या होगा, उनका ओवरऑल क्लैरिटी रिगार्डिंग द कंटेंट ज्यादा मजबूत होगा। Have students summarize new information in a graphical way, particularly in the geography class. Graphical representation is a must. It hardly needs any detail. Those who are the geography teachers, they know it well. Whatever the things we are narrating, it must be done graphically at the same time, diagrammatically at the same time. Then the content will be more and more absorbable. The next one is give your students plenty of practice spaced out over time. Plenty of space. Questions दे दिया, content दे दिया, धड़ाधड़ क्वेश्चन अगर पूछने लगे, कंफ्यूजन होगा। मैक्सिमम लर्नर्स एक जैसे नहीं होते। We teachers are well known about the fact. कोई बैक बेंचर्स हैं, स्लो लर्नर हैं, हमको उनके साथ चलना है, तो कैसे उनके साथ चलेंगे? The best thing is that we should try to transform ourselves into that one. यानी उस स्लो लर्नर के रूप में के सांचे में ढल करके हमें उन्हें आगे बढ़ाना होगा। अगर हम अबव एवरेज स्टूडेंट्स के साथ सोचें कि वो उनके साथ मार्च हेड करें, it is not possible. But we are the true friends of the backbenchers also. So our learning will be fruitful only if we just try to prevail a very amicable solution of all those people living in the class. No one is superior, no one is inferior there. But that purified consideration must be taken by ourselves first. सबसे पहले हम टीचर हैं तो सभी के टीचर हैं और plenty of space provide करना होगा हमें उन सभी को जो हमारे क्लास के उस खास समय में अंग बने हुए हैं। Dear sir, the next one is provide your students with feedback so they can refine their efforts. Provide your students feedback, proper feedback लेना, उनसे उन बातों को पूछना संक्षेप में, in a very loving manner, in a very sweet manner. We should ask questions कि तुमने अभी तक क्या समझा। अगर हम कैटेगरी वाइज, क्लास वाइज, कॉर्नर वाइज अगर 4 लड़कों को खड़े कर देते हैं तो the rest one who belong to the same category will be inspired कि सर सिर्फ अपनी बातें नहीं रखते, सिर्फ अपनी बात हमारे सामने नहीं रखते, हम पर नहीं थोपते, बल्कि उनका कंट्रीब्यूशन जो वो बायलैटरल हो रहा है, द्विपक्षीय हो रहा है, इसमें सबों को अपनी बातें कहने का साहस होगा। Allow time for every child to succeed. We have to consider that every child sitting in the class is successful. Everyone can achieve the target. That very thing must be realized by the teacher in the class. If we categorize the student that these are the other ones, these are the other ones, they are just enjoying a very extra mind. No, not at all. We should not categorize the pupil in the class at any cost. Everyone is the same. We have to consider first. So, allow time for every child to succeed. Someone has responded very quickly, someone is very slow, but they are the part of the class. It is our duty to inspire them to bring up to our expectation, because no one is inferior, no one is superior, as I told you earlier. Get students working together in the productive ways. Assembled classwork. Some classwork may be given time to time, not in a one day, not over a day, but we can just assign the students that may comprise few students together. अगर हम एक diagrammatic chart बनाने दे देते हैं, 5 लड़कों को दे देते हैं, automatically they will be called by another one at their home. They will enjoy there, they will have their lunch there together. And that day, very enthusiastically, they will prepare the chart. And certainly, you believe me, the work, the outcome will be the finest one. It will enjoy you. The representation will enjoy you. So, social science, as we know, believes in gathering. It's a rational gathering, ideal gathering. So if we just assign few students together to accomplish a certain task, it will be very surprising. You just believe me. Teach students strategies as well as content. Teach students strategies as well as content. Nurture metacognition. There is a word metacognition. Metacognition is a word which means how to approach the students for proper learning. How to approach the students for proper learning. So metacognition, metacognitive approach should be adopted. Make them earnest, make them at ease, make them comfortable to feel themselves quite prepared कि ये बातें हमको जाननी है. अगर संघवाद हमको जानना है तो लोकतंत्र की सीढ़ियों पर चढ़ करके हम फेडरलिज्म तक पहुंचे. हम संघवाद की परिभाषा पर जाने से पहले एक बार फिर अगर स्टेज वाइज उसको डेमोक्रेसी और उसके टाइप्स से गुजरते हुए, पार्लियामेंट्री फॉर्म से गुजरते हुए, और उसके बाद हम उसको अगर फेडरल और यूनिटरी सिस्टम को एक बार ब्रीफिंग करें, यानी प्राइमरी लेवल ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन से होते हुए अगर हम वहां तक जाएं, it will be much more beneficial. Again, before going into the methodology, I am again making you clear that all are listening to me, all are sitting before me, are respected teachers. The class and its purpose is only to bring you people on toes, bring you people to rebrush your sometimes something just went into the past of our memory. So it is our holy duty to bring them forth, to recall back, to review them, to recycle them. So the purpose of the class is only that, nothing more.
I have one question.
Yes.
One question is quite similar.
Yes.
I think there are some students, 10 students in the class. They are quite indifferent when we are going to teach. Then I think 10 students are quite indifferent. They are quite careless. They are not going to observe something, and they are making sounds of cat. They are making the steps of
Yes.
food.
Yes,
And
sir.
due to those 5 or 6 students, all students are copying those 5 notorious students. Then what should I do?
Okay, okay. Now, dear listener, there is a query, and the query is related to the nuisance or sort of voices being produced in the class while we are delivering the lecture. Dear sir, it's a very common problem. Okay, it's not if we are adopted the job of a teacher, such sort of nuisance will be faced by us, and we should not be impatient regarding this all, because you know that some miscreants are there, but they are not the criminals. They are the students, and if they are misguided, if they are not at ease to listen you, it is your holy duty to make them aware of their duties.
What is the solution?
Okay.
What is the key
Yes,
to
yes,
open
yes.
the box?
Solution is lying with you, because you know that after some times you can just make him known about the patriotic lines of someone. You just can make them known about the requirement of the situation at that moment. That if you want to amuse yourself, if you are in the mood of entertainment, just after the completion of the class, I will be with you and we will play kabaddi and cricket. Will you? So the entire environment at the same time will produce a lot of laughter. At the same time, you just make them singing a song. सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा. They will be very rapidly come into the mainstream of the learning. That is why I told you that it is up to us to in what way we try to handle them. Okay, so solution always lies with you, with the teacher, because teacher is the commander, he is the soldier, he is the general, he is the army chief in the class. That is why we say the teacher is the monarch in the class. If I am delivering my lecture, I am unparalleled. If you have any doubt, just after the completion of the class, we will just talk together. Okay. So, respected teacher, all the solutions will be extracted by us, and because our holy duty is to make the world known about the fact, we are here to drag them out of the darkness, to drag them out of the darkness. So it's a very great duty and we must realize it. हमारा काम साधारण नहीं है, हमारा इकोनॉमिक कैपेबिलिटी से हमको नहीं तौला जा सकता। मैं जो काम करने आया हूं वो होलीएस्ट है, वो दुनिया का सबसे सैक्रेड काम है, बिकॉज हम एक अनसेप्ड को शेप दे रहे हैं, हम एक अनसर्टेन को सर्टेनिटी दे रहे हैं। इससे बड़ा और इंपॉर्टेंट जॉब हो ही नहीं सकता। एंड यू विल जस्ट रियलाइज that in a few moments all the doubts will fade away and you come up with extra courage to face the wars. Now the second thing is that again we are talking about the methodology. That's why about stimulation we have just gone through. Okay, many others were there, but these features, those were the features which we have been adopting. This one we should concentrate, particularly while we are dealing with the social science. Field demonstration. We have listened a lot कि रविन्द्रनाथ ठाकुर ने जब गुरुकुल की स्थापना की तो वहां पर उन्होंने क्या किया, बड़े बड़े पेड़ के के नीचे कक्षा लगाना शुरू किया, यानी प्रकृति की गोद में बैठ करके ज्ञानार्जन करना। हमारे गुरुकुल के जितने, हमारा जो ऋग वैदिक काल का चित्रण है, हमारे जो पुराने ऋषि मुनि विश्वामित्र, वशिष्ठ, संदीपन ऋषि के विषय में जो हम पढ़ते हैं, उसमें हम देखते हैं कि सारी शिक्षाएं गुरुकुल में होती थीं, यानी कि आउटडोर स्टडी को ज्यादा महत्व दिया जाता था। उसके पीछे एक स्पेसिफिक सोच थी मित्रों, उसके पीछे एक स्पेसिफिक सोच यह थी कि उन्मुक्त वातावरण में कभी कभी बंधन मुक्त होकर के भी कुछ चीजों को बढ़िया से सीखा जा सकता है। तो बंधनों को नकारना, उन्मुक्तता को स्वीकार करना, प्रकृति से साक्षात्कार करते हुए चीजों को जानना, ये हमारा ओल्ड मेथोडोलॉजी का एक पार्ट रहा है। Here the word field just concentrates and just instructs all these demonstrations. Discussion, intense discussion should take place. As I told you earlier, that we will be very much in the position to deliver and to put forth the things very powerfully only if we have just gone through the content. शास्त्र को पुनः पुनः पढ़ना चाहिए, ये पुरानी उक्ति हमेशा चरितार्थ होती है। यह मित्रों, यह संजीवनी का काम करता है। इतने बिजी लाइफस्टाइल के बावजूद हम में से बहुत सारे शिक्षक महोदय ऐसे हैं आज भी जो कक्षा जाने से पहले 10 मिनट ही अपने कंटेंट को देख करके जाते हैं। यह प्यूरिफाइड प्रूवन टेक्नोलॉजी है और बहुत ही प्रामाणिक है। हमें इस पर विश्वास करना चाहिए और सिर्फ विश्वास ही नहीं, हमें इस पर अमल करना चाहिए। अगर बहुत ज्यादा जल्दी है तो एक चीज तो हम कर ही सकते हैं, और वो चीज है लेसन प्लान बनाने के समय पूरी गंभीरता से लेसन प्लान बनाना। It just consume only 20 to 25 minutes every day. We do it. We do it with all attention, but more attention is required. अगर लेसन प्लानिंग शुद्धता के साथ बन जाएगी, प्रामाणिकता के साथ बन जाएगा, तो हमारा क्लास भी सुंदर होगा। क्यों? क्योंकि क्लास में हर क्लास हमारे लिए उतना ही महत्वपूर्ण है। हमें रोज कुछ नया देना है, और नया देने की स्थिति में हम तभी आएंगे जब हमने उन चीजों में कुछ नया जोड़ा है। if we have not added something new and spectacular to our content, the overall grasping will not be fruitful at any cost. Just believe me. So a little effort can bring a great outcome. A little sincere effort can bring a great outcome. We should realize the fact very well. Lecture. Social science delivery is done with the lecture method. It is very common methodology, particularly in the social science, in English, in Sanskrit, and all our subject. But lecture should be enjoyable. ऐसा नहीं कि हम बोले जा रहे हैं उधर झपकियां ली जा रही. Then everything will bite the dust. Nothing will be fruitful. So in what way we can make it enjoyable? We can make it enjoyable by our sincerity. When the students talk about after the completion of the class, before the commencement of the class, people talk about you. फला सर का क्लास है, आज फला सर का क्लास है, उसको मिस नहीं करना है. They have the hidden imagination. They are thinking upon them all that. आपकी कक्षा शुरू होने वाली है 11 से 11:10 से 11:20 से. बच्चे ने कल से सोच रखा है फला सर का क्लास कल है. I have not to miss it at any cost. So this is your reward. And the people begin to talk like this. Oh, ठीक है, जाएंगे ना, देखेंगे ना. उनके पास they are the best judge, you believe me. हमको जज करने वाले बच्चे ही सबसे बड़े वकील हैं. हमारा सारा हॉरोस्कोप उनके पास है. हम उस लर्नर्स को भले ही न्यू समझें, इमैच्योर्ड समझें, but they are very positive in their approach because they have gone through the metacognition. They have the inner sense. They are just screening you at the every stage. So extra consciousness can bring a great fruits, very ripe fruits, lovely fruits for us, juicy fruits for us. The next one is the problem solving method. The methodology should be problem solving. Doubts raised by the students, raised by the peers in the class, it must be entertained. ऐसा नहीं, अरे हुआ बैठो, ठीक है बाद में पूछ लेना. No. Problem solving. The doubts must be saturated at the same time. A doubtless learning is a matured learning.
If teacher is in doubt, sir?
If the teacher in doubt, it means your delivery is not going to be fruitful.
I'm competent teacher, but I think I have some words that I'm spelling mistake, and I'm
no problem. No, we are the teachers, we are not the God. Okay.
Yes.
Mistakes can be done by everyone, but it can be rectified.
Yes.
Okay. If we are not understanding something and not finding ourselves at ease and quite easy to deliver on that very topic, we can just say that next day after reading out well, I will bring forth in a very nice way. Why not? Only the brave can surrender, sir. Only the brave has ability to surrender. The coward cannot surrender. The coward cannot surrender because he lacks the moral strength.
Wow.
We teachers are courageous because we enjoy the moral strength. So these are natural. Home assignments, we all know the home assignments, not to judge his learning. Home assignments are given to make them on toes. हम गृह कार्य उसके जानकारी को टेस्ट करने के लिए नहीं देते. हम उन्हें टॉपिक से कंसर्न रहें, वो टॉपिक से हमेशा कंसल्ट में रहें, इसके लिए हम होम असाइनमेंट देते हैं। गृह कार्य उन्हें चैप्टर के कंटेंट में टच रखने के लिए दिया जाता है, जिससे विस्मृति उनसे दूर रहे। यह एक टूल नहीं है उनके मेरिट को एग्जामिन करने का। इट्स नॉट ओनली अ टूल टू एग्जामिन देयर मेरिट, इट्स अ टूल टू प्रोवाइड देम द असिस्टेंस। होम असाइनमेंट एक टूल है जो असिस्टेंस प्रोवाइड करता है, ये एक वीपन नहीं है। इस बात को हम सोच करके असाइनमेंट दें। कोई जरूरी नहीं कि असाइनमेंट बहुत भारी भरकम हो। 5 लड़कों की कॉपी जांचते जांचते हमारे भी पसीने छूट जाए और पता चला कि 5 दिन हो गए असाइनमेंट की कॉपी लड़कों को हमने लौटाई नहीं है। असाइनमेंट शुड बी इजी। एक लाइन का हो सकता है, एक शब्द का हो सकता है। यू जस्ट बिलीव मी, योर डिलीवरी विल बी वंडरफुल, बट every of your delivery must carry home assignments in every class. This should be, on this very thing we should be stick to. Then the constructional method. Constructional method deals with the practical method. And practical methodology is quite known to us. पहले के जमाने में आप देखते होंगे, हम लोगों ने जब मैट्रिक का एग्जामिनेशन दिया था, तो एग्जामिनेशन कंप्लीशन के बाद वार्षिक परीक्षा 8-7 में भी वार्षिक परीक्षा के कंप्लीशन के बाद कुछ खिलौने बनाने के लिए दे दिए जाते थे, कुछ रस्सियां बांटने के लिए दे दिए जाते थे, तरह तरह के डिजाइनिंग के लिए कुछ चीजें दे दी जाती थी। मैंने रस्सियां खूब बांटी हैं अपने जमाने। नहीं आती थी, किसी को पकड़ते थे, फिर उनसे सीखते थे, थोड़ी चोरी भी करते थे, क्योंकि रस्सी बनाने आता नहीं था, बट कम से कम रस्सी कैसे बनता है ये देखा तो। These are the things just we can go through. It will be quite fruitful for all those learners. Now, resource collection. The resources which are supposed to be utilized in the process of learning, in the process of delivery. So resource counts much, and it comprises already student's age. The resources which you are using, either globe or maps or all that. In a science class, we use the different things, different chemicals, beakers, instruments, which is used in the laboratory. You are well known about all these things. So all the things, and if you are supposed to go into nursery class, KG class, if you just bring your own made resources and display before them, just dancing with them, just reciting with them, all the time, it will be very enjoyable. At the same time, it will just be like a treasure for the future learning also. आजकल के बच्चे जितने भी ग्रेन्स हैं, हमारे बिहार में जितने ग्रेन्स होते हैं, आप उनको पूछिए, मूंग दाल देखे हो, मसूर दाल देखे हो, कलाई का दाल देखे हो, उड़द किसको बोलते हैं आप लाने आजकल के बच्चों को भेज दीजिए, वो रास्ते में उड़द उड़द बोलते गया, और अगर शॉपकीपर नए जमाने का नहीं है तो वो उसको दाल दे देगा, नहीं तो पता चला उड़द लेने गया था और मसूर का दाल लेके चला है। इस तरह के वाकये भी होते हैं, मैंने झेला, मैंने देखे हैं. So it's a drawbacks of today's learning. It must be avoided. Resource, display of resources. And it must be relevant to the student's age, to the ability of the students, to what extent he is capable to learn. And if he is unable to learn, if a disabled child is there, if he is sort of hearing, if he is deaf, he is dumb, and unfortunately he has not adopted for other school, he is sitting with all the peers with a general ability. We should be tactical. We should be tactical. Sometimes it will just make you emotional also. मुझसे एक बार इसमें गलती हो गई थी. I just want to share with you. I was not in the same school. I am a teacher in Anandram Dandaniya now, but Previously, I was teacher in somewhere else. There, I found that in a backbencher, I was new at that time in that premises. The last sitting boy, I was observing. He was listening to me. But whenever I was writing something on the chalkboard, he was not able to. One day, I just began to observe, because some stupid fellows are there, as Sir told me. I just began to observe the copies over one and all. I found that nothing has been written in their copy, in his copy. I told him, why you are listening to me, but you are not writing everything in your notebook? What's the joke? I scolded. He began to weep. That made me emotional at the same time. He began to weep, nothing replied. उसके बगल में जो बैठा हुआ था उसने कहा, सर इसे दिखता कम है. Unfortunately, I was not the class teacher. तो मेरी भी आंखें नम हो गई. मुझे ये क्वेश्चन उससे नहीं करना चाहिए था. But one question came automatically in our mind. This was a spontaneous reasoning in my memory कि अगर इसे कम दिखता है तो ये पीछे क्यों बैठता है. Or I just dragged him forth and I provided him a seat. Met the class teacher. I told him, you are not known about the actual problem of that boy. Such and such problem exists with him. And he also became very serious regarding it. And since that day, he began to occupy the same seat. So everything, we are the real observer of the class at the same time. At the time of the delivery, we should just have a very keen observation that if there is serious wrong happening with another person or not sitting in the class. Because we cannot just look into the mind and memory and soul of everybody else. But we have the inner sense. We have the sense of great observation. While we are delivering, we should always be quite attentive with the personal problem of the word also. As I told you the example before. Interest. Whatever the things we are delivering, is it interesting? If it is not interesting, particularly in the social science class, the type of danger always seen. आप लंबा चौड़ा व्याख्यान दे रहे हैं और बच्चे मोनोटोनस होते जा रहे हैं. इससे बचा जा सकता है, उसके लिए हम लोगों ने बातें की. टेक्स्ट बुक्स, ये सारे रिसोर्सेज हैं. every should carry the टेक्स्ट बुक. प्रेजेंस ऑफ टेक्स्ट बुक बहुत जरूरी है. ये एक सीरियस इश्यू है. खास करके हमारे रूरल एरियाज में ये प्रॉब्लम सुनने में बहुत साधारण सा लगता है, लेकिन एक ग्रेट प्रॉब्लम है लर्निंग प्रोसेस का. इन द रूरल एरियाज, the people, the student who's coming, they are the dropouts. They are the irregular students, does not carry book because he is not capable to buy the books. Carrying textbook is a must.
I have a question. There are some chapters in CBSE. I'm teaching in class 9, class 8, class 9. There or class 10. There are some chapters which are uninteresting, and we are compelled to teach the students, and students knows very well that this chapter has no any clue, and I am teaching them. I know very well that this story is much ado about nothing. Then we are compelled to teach, and the students are quite embraced, and students are quite indifferent, and they fail. They say me that, sir, go ahead, please, sir. This chapter is quite boring. In that very situation, what will be the solution, sir?
Because the solution is very clear, na? You make them aware of their duty. If you have promoted, you just got promotion in class 9. जब आपने 9 क्लास में प्रमोशन पाया, तो आप उससे क्वेश्चन कीजिए कि क्या आपने फेल करने के लिए प्रमोशन पाया है क्या आप चाहते नहीं है कि जिस तरह से 8 पास करके 9 में आए, तो क्या 9 में आकर के आप 9 फेल कर जाएं जिससे 10 में नहीं जाए? बिकॉज दीज अफेयर्स ना, these are the common problem. Okay, sir. These sort of problems existing with each and every teacher, and it is widely seen in every school. Some of them will raise these sort of questions. So it is your duty to make them known about their activities. आप सीधा क्वेश्चन उससे करो ना कि आपने स्कूल में जो एडमिशन लिया, तो क्या फेल करने के लिए लिए? अगर तुम्हें नहीं ही पढ़ना है तो कम से कम बेसिक एजुकेशन तो चाहिए.
And sir, why CBSE curriculum or ICSE curriculum just give such uninteresting chapters that students are unable to?
Sir, it is another question. If as a teacher, your observation, I cannot deny your observation, but we have to go with them now. We are not the members of the NCERT. Whatever the books we are provided, we have to go through. पुस्तकें जो हमें दी गई, we are bound to go through. Okay, so this question, very politely I'm telling you, this is a question that exists, but we are none to bring problem, the proper solution of this problem. Okay, because we are not the publisher of the books, neither we have just comprised all the contents. हम लोगों ने ये डिसाइड नहीं किया कि 9 के सिविक्स की किताब में क्या हो, हिस्ट्री के सिविक्स की किताब में क्या हो, ना हम लोगों से एक से राय ली गई. So for the new education policy is concerned, this time such sort of ideas being collected, or we are very optimistic regarding all these things. New education policy को लेकर के हम सभी optimist हैं, और हम देखते हैं कि उसमें जो बातें की गई हैं वो हमारे टीचर्स के रिक्वायरमेंट वो बातें उसमें आती हैं या नहीं. Okay, now newspapers, social science deals with the current affairs. If we are well in touch of the current affairs, the developments taking all around, either abroad or domestically, it is newspaper which makes us aware about the facts. The newspaper, going through the newspaper, putting examples of the daily happenings, it is a must. So newspaper can be utilized as a great resource. Pictures and charts. We have multiple talk regarding this all. Making charts make the learning enjoyable. At the same time, it provides great information, new informations to them at the same time. Maps. Representation with maps, particularly in geography. While we are dealing with the political boundaries of the nation, if the war is going on now between the Ukraine and the US, formerly USSR, now it is Russia. We must know the neighboring countries of Ukraine, neighboring countries of Russia, NATO countries, their names. This sort of information may be accomplished in the, maybe comprised into the mainstream of delivering the lesson in the class. The second one is resources related to the audio-visual models, real object resource centers, audio-visual devices, chalkboard and graph. So models, model of the globe is a very traditional method, traditional tool, carrying out the different political map, physical map of, these are the traditional tools. इसमें कहीं कुछ क्लैरिफिकेशन की जरूरत है नहीं. But आज, so far the today is concerned, we are well in touch with the models related to the audio-visual system that can be utilized in the class also. The smart class is already belongs to the same category, but to what extent it will be fruitful? If daily demonstration with the demonstration of the smart class is necessary, or they demonstration after just a big gap, this may be determined and accepted by me. And as I told you, it is the teacher is the best judge कि उसके रिक्वायरमेंट क्या है, आज स्मार्ट क्लास की जरूरत है या नहीं। स्मार्ट क्लास को हम एक टूल के रूप में जो उसका एडवांटेज मिलना चाहिए उस रूप में इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं या नहीं। क्यों? क्योंकि अंत में आपने यहां भी देखा चॉक बोर्ड एंड ग्राफ। दिस चॉक बोर्ड डिस्प्ले कैन नॉट बी डिनाइड बाय एवरीवन। परंपरागत रूप से ब्लैक बोर्ड, चॉक बोर्ड, ग्रीन बोर्ड के एडवांटेज को नकारा नहीं जा सकता। इसलिए इतने ऑडियो विजुअल टूल्स में भी के सीरीज में भी चॉक बोर्ड ने अपना स्थान रखा है। तो परंपरागत रूप से हम इसका सहारा ले सकते हैं, लेकिन we have to march ahead with the changing time, changing moment, and for that audio visual representation can be utilized frequently so that learning should be more and more meaningful and practical. Dear friends, again, what are the goals? इतनी बातें जो हमने की, इन बातों का यानी सोशल साइंस पढ़ाने का जो अल्टीमेट एम था वो क्या था? सिविक ड्यूटीज और डेवलपमेंट ऑफ सिटीजन। सोशल साइंस बीइंग द मेन स्ट्रीम सब्जेक्ट, वी कम टू रियलाइज कि बच्चे पढ़ लिख तो गए, बड़े इंजीनियर डॉक्टर्स बन गए, मेंटल लेवल उनका उतना विकसित नहीं कर सका, मॉरलिटीज उनके अंदर इतनी विकसित नहीं कर चुकी, जिसके चलते वो एक सक्सेसफुल इंजीनियर तो बन गए लेकिन सक्सेसफुल डोमेस्टिक लाइफ वो लीड नहीं कर सके। कुछ सालों पहले हमने सुना बक्सर के डीएम ने आत्महत्या कर ली। इट वाज सो व्हाट, उनको कोई कमी नहीं थी। अल्टीमेट एम ऑफ लाइफ जो होता वो तो उनको बम मिल गया था। देन व्हाट वेर द सॉर्टिंग? सॉर्ट इज देयर, वाज सर्टेनली देयर। There is no evolution of moralities within himself. Moral teachings उनको नहीं मिली, उनको ethical teaching नहीं मिली। और social science अगर एक सब्जेक्ट है जो आपको मॉरलिटीज से अवगत कराता है, इसलिए हम समाज शास्त्र को एक प्रकार से नैतिक शास्त्र भी बोल सकते हैं, नीति शास्त्र भी बोल सकते हैं। कौटिल्य के अर्थशास्त्र को नीति शास्त्र भी बोला जाता है। उन्होंने सिर्फ उसमें अर्थशास्त्र की बातें नहीं की। प्राय हम सुनते हैं कि कौटिल्य ने जो इकोनॉमिक्स की किताब लिखी है वो सिर्फ वो सिर्फ अर्थशास्त्र को डील करता है। नहीं, उसमें अर्थशास्त्र की बहुत कम बातें हैं, उसमें ज्यादातर बातें हैं जो नीतियों से रिलेटेड हैं, ह्यूमैनिटीज से रिलेटेड हैं, पर्सनल बिहेवियर से रिलेटेड हैं, पर्सनल कंडक्ट से रिलेटेड हैं। कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट की वो किताब है। इट इज अ बुक ऑफ द बंच ऑफ कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट्स, मॉडल कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट्स। सो दिस सॉर्ट ऑफ sense must prevail within the teacher's memory always, that I am a teacher of social science. We are bound to mold a citizen into a very good, nice human being. So civic duties or development of citizen, participation skill, उसमें participant skill develop करना, सेमिनार में, वेबिनार में, डिबेट में, डिस्कशन में। आप क्लास में देखते होंगे अक्सर, क्या जी एक गाना सुनाओ, किसी दिन लीजर एंड पीरियड में हमने कुछ सुनाओ, कुछ कहानियां सुनाओ, कुछ कविताएं सुनाओ। आप उसको पूरे पीरियड बोलते रह जाओ, सुनाने के लिए आएगा ही नहीं। पार्टिसिपेशन स्किल्स डेवलप करना। He should always realize that we should be ready to participate into the mainstream. Then it will just build up his overall character. He will blossom into the good citizen. He's a solid citizen. And if the lacking exists, it will have just the far-reaching effect in the future. इलेक्शन का डे है, बहुत सारे लोग चादर तान के सो गए। एडवर्टीजमेंट आ रहे हैं 1 महीने से, 2 महीने से। पहले मतदान फिर जलपान, वोट के दिन और ज्यादा जलपान कर लिया, मतदान देखा जाएगा। They did not blossom into the very good cities. And this sort of political understanding, this sort of political education can only be provided if we delivered a very good teaching in the class. Class means whether he is in the college, whether in the higher secondary level or primary level or any level. Our first duty is to make them blossom into a very nice human being. It is the first and foremost requirement. The acquisition of desirable attitudes and values. Acquisition of desirable attitudes. The attitude which is desirable. Being ill-tempered, being all that. बात पर गुस्साना, anguish show करना, dissatisfaction show करना, हमेशा नकारात्मक बोलना. These are the drawbacks. These are the drawbacks. So, we should be well at ease on all that things. You just make them know, Salenderji, that he is taking the class. Salenderji, he is needing me. The next one is acquisition of desirable attitudes and values. And the last one is disciplined life. And this is the outcome of all these. If he blossomed into a very good human being, if he is transformed into a very good citizen, if he has got the participation skill, some sort of desirable values has been restored in him, his life will be disciplined. हर व्यक्ति को पहले आत्म अनुशासित होना चाहिए. हम बातें करते हैं इस तरह की, ये बहुत बड़ी बातें नहीं है. Okay, yes, but as I told you now, I have just copied it from somewhere else. Okay, so but I am capable to narrate this very term as per my own. Okay, ये शब्द मेरे नहीं हैं, लेकिन इसका इंटरप्रिटेशन का राइट तो हमको है. आत्म अनुशासन को विकसित करना और समाज अध्ययन पढ़ाने के पीछे समाज को अच्छा बनाना, इसके पहले व्यक्ति को अच्छा बनाना, क्योंकि हम सभी इस बात से वाकिफ हैं, हम बोलते भी हैं कि every individual is the smallest particle of a society. हर व्यक्ति एक यूनिट ऑफ इंडिविजुअल है. सोसाइटी का सबसे छोटा लघुत्तम इकाई का नाम व्यक्ति है. व्यक्ति समाज का लघुत्तम इकाई है. दो अजनबी मिलकर के परिवार बना और फिर उस परिवार की बातें आगे बढ़ी, फिर सराउंडिंग बने, पड़ोस बना, अंचल बना, क्षेत्रीयता का गठन हुआ, राज्य बने, राष्ट्रीयता बनी, और अब तो हम ग्लोबलाइजेशन की भी बात करते हैं, वैश्वीकरण की भी बात करते हैं, वसुधैव कुटुंबकम की बात करते रहे हैं. ये सब बातें उस समय से आती हैं जब हम अपने आप को समाज के एक एक्टिव पार्टिकल के रूप में महसूस करें. सबसे पहले है महसूस करना. क्यों? क्योंकि शुरुआत खुद से होती है. हर चीज की शुरुआत खुद से होती है. Every big thing starts from the smallest one. So minute, the word minute means more. अगर हम समाज के लघुत्तम इकाई के रूप में अपनी आशा, जिज्ञासा, प्रेरणा, प्रतिस्पर्धा सबसे गुजरते हुए अपने जिजीविका को बनाए रखते हैं, we will be better in condition to contribute for the nation, for the state, for the region, for the village, for the community. Okay? So, सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा, हम बुलबुले हैं इसकी, ये गुलस्तां हमारा. यह लाइन बोल करके मैं अपनी बातें समाप्त करता हूं और आप लोगों के कोऑपरेशन के लिए सबों को बहुत बहुत प्रणाम, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद.
Well, after 5 minutes, The next session will start and it will be presented by me. The topic is cyber security and ethics. तो 5 मिनट के बाद पुनः हम लोग फिर इसी ट्रेनिंग सेशन में जुड़ेंगे. तब तक के लिए धन्यवाद.
Now,